as we're going through here. And we read the Avengers Operation Galactic Storm this week. This is a crossover, and I've read a lot of the crossovers on the channel from the 90s so far that have
no
been
one's
released.
saying
We did
that they
Maximum
would
Carnage,
do that.
the big Spider-Man.
No, not at all. This is not an admission of guilt.
This is not an admission. However, we're one to consider perusing the high seas of the ancient Pirate Bay to acquire Avatar: The Way of Water. It might be suggested by lowlifes, vagrants, and vagabonds of the Reddit that you download a VPN and use that.
Yeah, well, that's the only way to. Honestly, I support that 1,000% because fuck that movie. Fuck James Cameron.
No,
this is
not me. We don't support theft here.
How else could we read Operation Galactic Storm?
Oh, no. We acquired the rights by means of extremely legal ways to get a full picture of Galactic.
I got it off Amazon for sure.
Full price we paid for every issue.
So did you read like the remainder of our little friends here?
Yeah.
How far did you get?
No, I read. Well, my eyes started to glaze over.
Yeah, that's fair.
A couple times, but I understand what happened.
Yeah. So where? Hold on a second. Let me get a full list here. So we're gonna try and cap this off, ladies and gentlemen, so we can put this fucking albatross off to the side.
Let's put this to bed. Whoever listens to Galactic Storm episodes, this is it.
Yeah.
The big one.
Enchilada, yeah. So, okay, we got Captain America number 400. Before we talk about that, I'll just do the rest of the list. Avengers West Coast 82, Quasar 34, Wonder Man number 9, and Avengers 347. We'll talk. We've already introduced a lot of these. It's the same writer-artist combos. So we don't really need to go into it, but I'm sure obviously it'll come up in the conversation. Before we talk about Captain America, I'd like to read something to you.
Oh, good.
Sorry, this might be a little long, but I think it's super accurate. And like I thought about Galactic Storm so much reading it, and specifically the Crossbones stories that we've been enjoying. So it says, so this is about Mark Gruenwald. This is from a newsletter written by Tom Brevoort, who's sort of what's his position? He's a big editor in Marvel, but he was an editor and he worked in the trenches in this era. So he's an old timer. So he says, I think Len Kaminski, who also is contributing to this series, who edited Quasar for a time before himself becoming a freelance as a writer, probably had the most accurate take on Mark's writing. Len said, Mark had a ton of ideas. You just need to tell him which ones are the good ones and which ones are the bad ones. Mark was a very thoughtful writer who cared deeply about what he was doing. Mark could be very smart and insightful as a writer, but he also had his blind spots. He was tuned into heroism. He was clever. Work was always genuine. But here we go. I think also as his position grew within the company, he was edited less and less. Given that he was in a position of authority over most of his editors, not that he'd ever exercised it, I think that many of them figured that he knew what he was doing and usually left him to his own devices. In other words, he could have used more guidance at certain points in the manner of Len's quote. And I just think that's so fucking true. Even from this small sampling of Gruenwald, like this Avengers 400, someone needed to tell him that this is not how you make a comic. It's fucking insane story. Completely pointless. And yeah, anyway, so do you want to tackle maybe trying to describe to people what the fuck this thing is?
Well, it's I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just like first of all, why did they put Galactic Storm in issue 400?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a terrible choice. So they introduced this thing as if it's like sort of a special edition, like a Hallmark edition. It's got those great covers. We're punching Hitler, and then we roll straight into, I don't know, the Cap's like breaking through space-time. He's in the garbage compactor. For some reason, his own shield and glove is dead down there. doesn't make any lick of sense in that particular panel. But then it's like a Star Wars trash compactor scene for no apparent reason, and then we're back into Galactic Storm. But it's like a hallucination version. Like his old villains start coming back from the dead to like fucking haunt him for no apparent reason based on nothing.
Yeah.
He single-handedly beats them all.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, it's a trick from the Supreme Intelligence that just happens to coincide with Captain America issue number 400. Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, I think you pretty much nailed it. Like it's not even really entertaining so far as it goes. My favorite part of it though is as Cap's fighting all of his villains all at once. I like Mark Gruenwald's the way he has Cap talk about what actions he's going to take. He's constantly like he's present in the moment, and his thoughts like have no thoughts of the future.
Only fighting.
Yeah, plant my foot, twist. Thanks, bat.
Actually, that back kick, I wanted to bring up that back kick.
Oh, that's so good against Crossbones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll with it. Boom. Yeah. That was awesome.
Catches him with the old heel hook in the ear, and then he throws back with another one to the liver.
Oh yeah, you're right.
What a beauty.
Gets shot in the back while he's just fighting with
then
his
he gives him the old scissor takedown, big jiu-jitsu move. Boom.
Yeah. I would love to see this version of Captain America in the movies, like doing that leg shit. That's wild. That's some Jean-Claude Van Damme kind of fighting, but it doesn't come off like that. Like you really have to think about what was drawn here, what Rik Levins has given us.
Yeah, that's very true.
What a genius. What a genius for action.
And then I don't know what's going on with the big D guy who's like hanging out with the Inuit people.
I'll be honest. I skipped that story.
Why is that happening? I didn't because I like U.S. Agent.
Yeah.
Whatever he's doing is always good news to me. He's getting into a fight with Falcon. Falcon's just fucking dragging him down all the time. U.S. Agent's got places to be, people to see. He used some fucking PIM particles to bring his shield into full size after surrendering himself, and then just beat the dog shit out of everybody. He's a fucking menace, by the way. He's really he's problematic. I don't know. There's a bunch. I don't know why. Why are there Nazis in the snow up there? Anyway, but the fucking flag smasher's up there, so he beats the shit out of all his men, probably permanently crippling people really badly. And then he just basically leaps up like a couple fire escapes and just starts beating the crap out of the flag smasher too. He's just a fucking madman. And he things that U.S. Agent thinks about is very different from what Cap thinks about. Kneecap him? That's one of his thoughts. Kneecap him. He decimated Flag Smasher's knee. Flag Smasher will never be the same. He's gonna need a knee replacement.
I'm looking at that page right now. That's hilarious.
And then he kind of gets taken down, which is hilarious. They're both rolling around on the floor like worms because Flag Smasher uses draining mitts, which is the dumbest fucking thing. What's that? Mitts them.
Strength training gloves.
Yeah. So, and then they're like, we're both laying on the floor. That's just mental. I don't know. And then kneecapped Flag Smasher gets fucking... He'd rather die than get help from fucking U.S. Agent, so he shoots a flamethrower.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well,
it was actually incredible.
He's taking him with him. Yeah. No, this is well illustrated. What's this guy's name? I didn't think about that very much, but he's got a pretty smooth style, Larry Alexander. Yeah. Anyway, the inks are really good. Everything looks good in this comic. Looks
real
much better
real battle for the ages. That was the best fight in all of Galactic Storm.
Yeah, and it had absolutely nothing to do with it. Yeah. And then, so just before we move on from the Supreme Intelligence's fucking brilliance here, so I wanted to emphasize why did this happen? Why did Captain America fight all these guys? Because the Supreme Intelligence was trying to get Captain America to die so he could absorb Captain America into his collective intelligence or whatever. And what is the Supreme?
A good plan, really.
Well, it makes a lot of sense, but the reason it doesn't work. I wanted to absorb your consciousness into my immortal group intellect, but this can only occur after the cessation of your corporeal functions, your death. And he says a bunch of other stuff, and he's like, your insufferable desire for freedom, for independence, makes you an unsuitable subject for absorption. And like, I just love that. Like, that's the somehow meant to be the celebration of Captain America. Like, he will not be communized. He is pure American. That is it.
That is perfect.
Yeah.
No?
Be gone, Captain America.
Live your best life.
Yeah.
As a free American.
And and it, like, as this speech is going on, like, Cap's only thought is like, if I can just get my shield arm free, you know, like, he's constantly proving the Supreme Intelligence correct in that space.
He just wants to beat the shit out of people. That's his function.
Yeah. Even when he gets thrown away, he's like, what does he mean by short time I have left to live? Surely he doesn't expect a mere fall from this height to kill me. Like, he's just so matter of fact, even in, like, he's falling from, like, what looks to be a low high rise.
Cap only thinks and lives moment to moment.
Yeah. I love this.
And that's okay.
Yeah. That's why he's the greatest. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about that before we move on to the main event. Which
yeah.
Oh my God, this story, like, this is getting back to that quote at the beginning. Like, someone had to tell Mark, like, you can't do this, Mark. You can't put this in a
This is not an appropriate origin story for anybody.
No. I mean, like, it's kind of, it is in a pseudo realistic way. You know, like in a actually, you know, this experience would fuck someone up.
Yeah, like, what you mean, like, in what's that movie we watched again? Like, in the Warriors kind of way.
Oh yeah.
It's that lifestyle.
Yeah, that's pretty much. It's funny to think that's where Crossbones comes from.
He was one of them.
You know, I gotta say though, like, okay, Crossbones is the greatest villain in all of villainy. I've only grown more and more in love with him as the series has progressed.
So I messaged you about this as soon as I read it, because this is, you know, if you're going into Dungeons and Dragons town, this is diabolical. This is it. This is the most recklessly evil alignment I've ever witnessed.
Yeah. So the origin of Diamondback. So it opens up with this image of Rachel Layton, alias Diamondback, and we've already seen her harassed by other Warriors-esque thugs in previous stories.
Yeah, she's got a rough fucking origin, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. And she's holding a cinder block over us. It's funny, he's just sleeping soundly with his guns, you know, just having a little floor nap. No problems.
Just sleeping by a trash can in the subway.
Yeah.
With chained up Rachel.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like, how did this situation emerge? I don't even remember. I don't think we knew. No,
I'm pretty sure she started chained up down there.
Yeah. But then, like, there's a whole series of backup stories that we've missed, clearly.
Yeah, why is it collected, first of all?
I think it is.
No,
Mark Gruenwald is well collected. I just don't know if I don't know how it's pieced together. I think it's, you know, issue by issue, so you'll get the main story and then the backup, main story, backup,
I don't want
main
that.
story,
I want
backup.
Pure Crossbones.
Yeah. Well, we can do a fan edit. Maybe the grand prize for our next contest will be like me. The result of me having pieced together, you know, like an edited version of the origin of Diamondback.
A crude PDF.
Yeah.
Of screenshots.
There you go. I think I could make it work. Anyway, she's contemplating whether or not she should drop the cinder block on Crossbones' head.
Obvious answer, yes.
Yes, immediately. He's put his guard down. It probably wouldn't kill him. I don't think it's a good idea to even try. Like, he'll.
Maybe that's where she landed on it. Like,
yeah,
pretty much, right?
Yeah. Also, she wants Cap to be in love with her, which is just like, he's such a free, independent American. I just want him to love me. Americans never kill. So she flashes back to her days in, like way back when, and like she wants to be part of the gang, and I guess this is Crossbones as a young man, as a greaser.
Yeah. So like they're at the dinner table, and she's like, her brothers are scumbags, and she's like, I want to just be hanging with my brothers. And they're like, no way, Rachel, you're a fucking girl.
Yeah. I'm the strongest girl there is. And that's practically a quote.
He even calls her Ratzel.
Yeah.
Do you notice that?
Yeah.
Fucking
and she calls him Mr. Rumlow for some reason. Like Mr. Rumlow, I want to join your gang. I'm tough as any girl and half the guys you know. And like he fucking
hard to refute.
Like he falls in what constitutes love for Crossbones, which is just sort of a rapey respect.
There you go.
Yeah.
He throws her out by a trash can.
Oh yeah, after she like socks him one.
She fucking nailed him too.
Oh yeah, like right upside the face.
And she had no leverage. She was being dangled by her left arm, and she just fucking cold cocked him with the right hand from hell.
Thud. Yeah, man, that's hard. Good point. Very good point. He's gigantic. He's like a Brock Lesnar.
Technically, her feet aren't even touching the ground in a couple of scenes. That may have been with no feet on the ground, that shot.
It appears to be the case, yeah. Unless he like dipped her down a little bit and she found her moment. I'm gonna go with found her moment because he's distracted a little bit. What?
Yeah. Hey, put my sister down. Boom.
Yeah. Oh fuck. So he's the most giant drug dealing drunk greaser in the I don't know, like the slums of.
Yeah, he's like
I don't even know where we are.
He's a foot taller. Every single person in the gang is like the size of his collarbone. So he's a fucking freak of nature. He's as high as a door.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm looking at, he's right up there. And so anyway, she's like, you know what? That guy seems legit. I'm bored. I need to get into some trouble. So she breaks into his house, and like the way he responds
too.
Yeah. Tires? Like, who fucking keeps tires in their living room, and why?
That's a sweet pad.
Yeah.
He's got the tires. He's got the old bus seat. Like a tire iron, maybe. Couple like pictures of babes. A motorcycle. That's it. And then it's just like mostly drug and alcohol paraphernalia.
Yeah. And
he sits in there alone with a knife, just waiting for people to try and B&E his pad.
Yeah, and he just like his response is like there. I want to know more of this guy's story. Like I want like a not a Garth Ennis, it's Crossbones, because he would just make fun of him, but like maybe a Chuck Dixon Crossbones.
Oh God.
Yeah, I think it'd be super cool. And so she says, I'll do anything you want because you guys are the coolest in the whole neighborhood. Everybody fears and respects you. And oh yeah, I know. So what are you willing to do? And she's like, anything. Is that a fact? You even willing to be my girlfriend for a couple of hours? Like, Mark, come on, man.
This is going down a dark path.
Yeah.
I thought you had a girlfriend. She ain't here. What do you say? Promise you'll let me join? Oof.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. And then so good girl, Ratzel. Today you're going to learn about the bada bing da boom. Bada bing bada boom. And then you're like, she's fucking beat up. Like he beat the shit out of her.
Yeah, he blacked her eye up and like bloodied
ripped her clothes and yeah.
Just gave her he raped
her. That's the most brutal fucking rape that I think we've seen in any of these comics, like that depicts this issue. Like,
I don't think brutal rapes are normally included in really any Marvel comics. Like a lot that type of content's usually ducked.
Yeah.
But not today. Not when the editor's writing his own book.
So, and it's not, obviously it's off panel, but like, okay, so you see her say yes, and then he talks about the boom da anyway, I'll stop trying to say that. And then, and she's just, she's all beat up. It's before and after. And so anyway, the guys don't realize that it was, Mr. Rumlow that did it. Rock! And so the Vietnam vet brother tries to get vengeance, and young greaser Crossbones just fucking kills him. And
yeah, that's right. Just he comes out the back door with a big fucking Rambo knife, and he sleight of hands it.
Yeah, I don't know how he did that.
He's got it between his fingers, I think.
Yeah,
and then he just drills it. He drills it straight into the guy's fucking lung. Or whatever. Yeah. So the crippled dude in the wheelchair with the non-bad guys, and then Gruenwald likes to leave him gurgling, no less. With a fucking knife in his chest, just to leave you with that.
Yeah. And then it cuts back to I guess Diamondback, Rachel, whatever, and she's just like, nothing was ever the same after that day. Holy fuck! I hope not. And like she's not even like one thing that's interesting about this is like. She doesn't ruminate over the fact that she was brutally raped. Like that's not what, like that's what we latch onto, but like within her thoughts, that's not something that is like, it's just like Willie died and Rumlow ran away and Danny left too, ashamed, they didn't have the nerve.
Yeah, and then got shot or whatever in a grocery store robbery afterward.
Yeah. I loved my brothers, and because of this slime ball, they were all suddenly taken. Like without going on too much about it, I just think it's interesting. Like she's not upset about, like she might have been legit. She was like, oh, I just joined the gang, right?
Yeah, she was like, I just had some great consensual beat up sex, that was great, and then also I joined the gang. But this son of a bitch killed my brother. Okay, well that's one way to look at it, I guess.
Yeah. Just completely, and so she decides
also,
not to.
Like, she's built. Like,
oh my god, look at those legs.
I'm pretty sure she could put him to bed. She should have just done it.
With her, like, she's, the way this is drawn, it looks like she has hooves. Like she's like a satyr or something like that. She's just fucking.
My guy's just so big, though.
I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. That brick's not going to do it, man. That is not going to do it.
That's not going to do it. He's going to wake up real mad.
Like, maybe he'll get a concussion, but he seems pretty comfortable, like pretty feels safe. You don't sleep like that.
Yeah, you'd have to get a real fucking winner of a hit, and then you'd have to transition to picking it up again and just continuing to bludgeon him.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. And I believe she's got the body for it. She's like tougher than most guys.
I think she could do it. I think she could.
But she can't because if I become a murderer, Cap would never understand. And I just know he wouldn't. He'd never be able to love me after that. And she just wants to be a good American.
It's kind of hilarious since Cap doesn't love her at all.
I can't imagine that he does. I mean, I don't know what's going on in the story at this time, but Cap's first and last love is Sharon Carter. That's her name, right?
Cap has other things on his mind also. Pivot, heel kick.
That's right.
Punch to the face. He doesn't really think about love. Even when he thinks it's not about that, it's definitely not about love.
Yeah. Well, he's got his old girlfriend hanging around too. Like, I don't know, Diamondback better fucking get in line. Like, everybody wants to.
Yeah, get in line behind fucking
Deathbird.
Deathbird for the Mac Daddy of all kisses. Ooh.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so that was Captain America 400. What do we got going on here for West Coast Avengers? I love this guy's art. David Ross, like I love these colors. I love this whole production. It's stupid. It's a waste of talent all across the board, but but if it's, if it isn't the coolest comic,
what is?
All of it. I just really love it.
What, Captain America joins the Avengers?
No. I'm sorry. You skipped over to Avengers West Coast.
Oh, thank God you skipped over that.
Oh yeah, no. Actually, so sorry. The reason James is talking about that is because it collects the that first appearance of Cap in Avengers #4. One thing I wanted to say about it is like it's really cool. Like when he first wakes up, and all the Avengers are just fucking struggling to hold him down. Like, and then they attack him later, and he just kind of stiff body dodges everything. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, they can't handle it. They can't handle Cap.
No. And it's that Cap that I think needs to be kept in mind more. Like, this is his first appearance in the regular Marvel universe, and like Thor and Iron Man just cannot handle it. He bowls everyone over. The only reason he stops is just because a woman gets in his way, and he's like, "A girl, but from where? I don't know. I can't hit a woman." Anyway, yeah, we can definitely move on from that. So yeah, Avengers West Coast. What I was saying is, I love the David Ross. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, he's really cool.
But this comic's dumb.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lick of sense. It basically the entire, to not get too deep into this or whatever. Yeah. This all hinges basically on like one swerve at the end. Another fight with the same fucking people. Oh, yeah. Over and over again. Obviously, Thor starts it because dumbass. Because fucking Chicago Street Thor or whatever is a fucking donkey of the whole crew. Yeah. And then they start a fucking rumble, and then fucking Wormtongue over there from Lord of the Rings. He's in fucking Lilandra's ear the whole time. Get rid of them all. They're all out to get us. They're poisoning you against us. Kill the Kree. Kill the fucking Terrans. Anyway. Yeah. Living Lightning actually is a fucking G in this one. He puts down the Whip Girl with a fucking legendary transformation, and then he also puts down the old Kree guy and exposes him. Or sorry, Shi'ar, old Gandalf, exposes him as a fucking Skrull. The whole time, boom, everybody gets the veil lifted. Yeah. I was struck by like how really offensive his attack was against that old man. Like, the old man is like talking a lot, but it's just like, you want to know something, old man? I've just about had it with you, and he just fucking electrocutes him. And everyone's like they're in the middle of a firefight, and they're fighting constantly. They're knocking each other out. They're hurting each other, and just like, even everybody stops just to be like, "Oh, you just attacked an old man for no fucking good reason." They're still shocked because, well, you know what? This guy's just like, he was a menace, that old man, and Miguel just had it, and he hit him with a full fucking bolt of lightning, like as if this guy got hit by lightning out of the sky. He pulled that trigger on an old man. Like, that guy's not coming back. Yeah. Actually, I'm pretty sure he died.
Well, he definitely, it's difficult to say. He definitely transforms into his Skrull form. So, yeah, it's revealed. And dies. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I guess so. And everyone
Miguel
just
even
moves
pulls
on.
back and goes, "I didn't mean to do that." And then, obviously, Chicago Street Thor is like, don't beat yourself up about it, kid. Everybody dies at some point. Yeah. Sorry about whatever's interpreted as my Chicago accent.
Perfect.
Nailed it once again.
Yeah. So anyway, so it's revealed, and so Lilandra is actually, I wanted to talk about it at the beginning. They Roy Thomas addresses our fan theory, because Miguel, actually, Star Fox is like, perhaps if I stimulated her brain, psionically. And then Miguel is totally into it. He's like, yeah, that ought to mellow her out. Like, I don't think anybody's coming off very well here.
No. And then they're like, man, she must have shields against your pervy ways, which then actually... if I'm going to call back to a previous issue where we thought he had Lilandra sort of under his like sexy spell, but maybe she might have just been hot for him just straight up.
Oh, I see.
She has the blockers.
Breaking the touch barrier. Yeah. I don't know. That's I want to say that's Thor's theory. I think actually it's working. He's just as bad as Wormtongue or whatever. He's his own sort of Wormtongue.
Okay. That tracks.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, you're right. And so they reveal it's a Skrull, and then Lilandra says we must negotiate. And for whatever reason, they pick Ultimus. Like, out of all the Star Force, was that the best choice? Who would you pick as your emissary for like a negotiation, like peace negotiation? I don't know if I would have picked the.
Well, there's a lot of people on the team
giantest-
that all suck, but that guy's I don't know, that guy's kind of a unit. I don't know if I would have went that route myself.
Well, okay, we got Shatterax, not going down that route. You got Ronan the Accuser. He's a man of honor, I suppose.
I think Ronan the Accuser maybe would have been a bit of a better choice rather than this big fucking OG. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just
This
like
guy here, like, he follows orders, but good.
Yeah. Still, the choice of war or peace is not mine to make. I just love how he's drawn. Again, I just need to emphasize, like, I love this whole package.
His hair is phenomenal. This guy's a giant. Actually, speaking of packages, I don't know.
Yeah, I know, right?
Ultimus has got quite the bulge in that.
Yeah, well, he came
panel.
coming out of stasis will have that effect. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not,
As soon as he gets into a fight, he can't help but the semi.
I love it. And they're just looking down at that dead Kree the dead Skrull body, like the way it's laying there, like
that might get him going a little too. You know, sometimes sometimes a corpse will get you right up there.
Yeah, when you're Ultimus. Fuck. So anyway, the Avengers are standing by, and the Negabombs disappeared. Then we get a subplot.
My favorite. Another. You know what? And as soon as U.S. agent opens his mouth, you can be guaranteed you're gonna get some gold.
Oh yeah.
I heard you say you had to split. Me too. Can I give you a lift somewhere? No thanks, agent. I feel like walking by myself, okay? Free country. They haven't taken that away from us yet. What a fucking petition.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice little, like, because Roy and Dan Thomas, they don't have a lot of room to characterize everybody and make sure you know, like, what everybody stands for. Nailed it. That's all you need to know. That interaction right there.
Yeah. U.S. agent's like just a man of the people. You know, he likes women. You know, he likes to uncomfortably advance on them, but in sort of like a bro-y, subtle way. Like he's actually not overly aggressive about it. Well, I shouldn't say that he is overly aggressive about it, but he's not like he's fine to just be like, do your own thing then. Whatever. You missed out on this. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, and also an opportunity for him to make a comment about encroaching socialism, right? You know, like it's just
absolutely. Might as well. And the funny thing too is that like is that about the third Avenger that he's made a pass at?
I think he just consistently makes passes at Spider-Woman.
No, because remember that there's that girl who was like, you know, normally I wouldn't have eyes on you, but you're looking good tonight in the early episodes.
Oh, Mockingbird. Sorry, you're right. Yeah. You're right. I thought that was Spider-Woman. And then I guess he also gets into that fight at the beginning with She-Hulk. Like
there's a bit of tension there between him and She-Hulk. Like that's sort of that's almost like a forbidden fruit for him, sort of. You know?
I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah, he wants to be emasculated, but he doesn't. You know.
Yeah.
It's a conflict.
So Spider-Woman goes outside, and for whatever reason, there's all these spider-themed monsters in the forest or the bushes, I guess.
Yeah, there's some fucking bad ones in there, like.
Yeah.
Like that big fucking one. That's not great.
Yeah. They're like, we're gonna kill her, but not now. And then they disappear in classic subplot fashion.
It would have been easy to kill her, real easy. Like, yo. What? I like that. I like and then they cut over to Vision and Wonder Man in the thing. I don't like this version of Vision. Like, what the fuck is he so like? I don't remember him being this stupid. You know, like he's not. There's nothing compelling about him. He's like this cold sort of like. What if Spock was completely insane kind of version of the android?
I know we don't see much of that like later, but I think it's even still here in these like yeah, he's just very cold, pointlessly cold.
Yeah, and I think it's good that Wonder Man's there, because if anyone else was there with Vision would have put them down and completed his own private agenda.
Yeah, that's true. The first good use of Wonder Man ever.
Only.
Yeah. So we'll get to talk about them a bit more. So the Nega Bomb is stolen by some Skrulls. They go through a warp thing, and
still stolen.
Still, yeah, it's just like
on to Quasar.
Yeah, and that's why, like, I was like, we can just do these last 5 issues, because like nothing's really happening. Everything, the pieces are all set, and now it's just kind of becomes a stupid race to find the bomb, which takes far longer than it ought to. But yeah, we get to Quasar, back to Mark Gruenwald.
Yeah, Quasar is just growing on me. I didn't think that I would enjoy what Quasar is up to, but this guy is just. He is constantly sort of wooing cosmic babes the right way.
By not really caring about them so much. Make them come to you.
Oh no.
Yeah. This Adam Warlock female analog, which her name is Her, like that's so awkward. But
can't we just call her something?
Yeah. So I am uncertain how to break the craft's momentum. Oh wait, no, where is it? The ship is headed towards the second Stargate, the one Quasar said led to the Kree galaxy. He entrusted me with the task of preventing any and all starcraft from crossing over. And while it remains my goal to convince Quasar that I am his ideal companion, this is not a task I shall shirk. So it's like she just wants to be his like housewife. And that's what, like, she's this super omnipotent, like hot babe, gold babe in space who just wants to be his housewife.
Yeah, that's attractive.
Yeah, it's such a weird, like, Gruenwald, again, like, everything about, I do love the attitude of this, though, because, like, my favorite panel, not to get ahead too much, is the very end panel of this incredible story, where he's just eating a sandwich in space.
Yes, I knew it. I knew that was coming up. I didn't think you were going to break it out that early, but...
Mm-hmm.
The old space sandwich. That's the attitude, man.
That's exactly it. Like, he's just like, oh, I need to eat, and I'm like,
hey, my man's got to go from point A to point B. He grab a quick PB&J, no worries on this guy.
Yeah.
People are trying to husband him up. He doesn't have time for that.
No, man, he's too busy, man. He's got to eat on the fly. I just love that little touch, like that. It's something like you'd never see Cap do that. You'd never see Iron Man do that. You never see any other character. It's just like
you never see the only. Well, I mean, this is a very Green Lantern move with the giant scissors.
Yeah, well, he's like a cool. We've talked about this already. He's like a surfing Green Lantern, with the power level kind of even turned up. I feel like he's.
Oh yeah, because like even these two, even her or whatever is getting attacked by a Super Skrull, and they're like, he's just annoying them.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
They're like, whoa, what's this guy doing? What did he call him? A fire tosser?
Yeah, that's right. Another fire tosser. And he's like, I'm sorry, I'm putting you a bubble like I put all the other fire tossers, but I'm busy. He's got these cool Cyclops
he
glasses. He
dispatches everybody.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, Quasar's girlfriend gets jumped
by Triangle Man in the shower.
Yeah, and I guess she's all like got Black Bolt powers. I'm trying to put together what happened, but I couldn't.
It's not. I think it's meant to be a mystery and sort of thing at the present moment. Like something's going on with her. Like this is the weirdest mystery though. Like
Triangle Man came in for a shower, like whatever. I guess
like a psycho sort of attack?
A psycho scene.
Yeah.
And then he gets blasted through the wall, and then fucking what the fuck is Devin? The
like
punk
brother?
rock icon? Yeah, he rolls up in there. He's got a ripping mullet, jean vest. He's just fully unleashed. What's going on in here?
It's
just like, thank God you're here. Wait, why is this guy right outside the living room anyway? I don't know.
Yeah, he's just hanging out, jumping into the room with her. Yeah, Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Anyway, mystery over, 2 pages of that. And then all of a sudden the antimatter kicks in. Okay, now I'm a bit high.
Yeah. That's like, it's very like the sun. Okay, the sun is being eaten by antimatter for some reason, to do with the star. Like, it's just a way to keep Quasar out of the fight. Like, how do we keep Quasar busy so that way he doesn't just solve the problem of Operation Galactic Storm while eating a sandwich?
Yeah.
That's kind of
They're like,
it.
let's have him like talk to like a stoner critter that's living in the sun while breaking up to cosmic babe battle.
Oh yeah, like this bimbo. You're like,
Jesus
Christ.
He used like a mattress to break them up to, like a space mattress.
Oh my goodness, you're right. Yeah, he creates
He's like,
little
don't worry, girls, jump on this a little. Here you go. Let's break it
up. One of them is Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel, before she returned to being Captain Marvel. But she's like a nothing personality in this. Like, I mean, she exhibits super heroism though. Like, she goes and saves the sun essentially.
Oh, that was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're like,
you
nothing about this.
Bimbo?
Nothing about this gives you any sense of like what's at stake for her or what her character is, or
no, they're bimbos.
Yeah, and she's just like the hero bimbo.
That's fine.
And like, this is so abstract too. Like, when they go inside the sun, bravo to our artist here, who admittedly not great, but I don't really mind. Like, he's very able for this. Rurik
Yeah, well,
Tyler.
you know what? And I'm gonna give him a pass because a lot is asked of him here.
Yes, this is an absolute ton.
Like, to have like these weird panels to be like, I want to like space babes with like power beams and force shields, like just fight it out in space and then get separated by a giant ice cream sandwich that Quasar beams out of his fucking hands. And then like, I want everybody to hold hands and go and like talk to an antimatter eyeball creature on the surface of the sun. And like, come on, man, what are you asking me to draw?
Yeah. Well, when you put it like that, and then he cloaks himself in like the inside of his cape, which is like drawn, like it's like this cosmic. I love his cape. I like.
Yeah,
it's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like he's got like a, I don't know, whatever, like a little bit of like eternity scrotum that he wraps his head in and then dives into the sun.
Because he's got some sort of cockamamie scheme about like draining the antimatter, and then and then Binary decides she's going to help him, and there's all these psychedelic panels of like these swarming.
Binary's powers are fucking so cool on that first panel.
Yeah. So then they cleanse the sun of its antimatter. He rescues the woman. They talk to each other through radio, which is really interesting. Like, it's kind of I don't know if it's an intelligent conceit, but it's like, it shows a degree of imagination. Like, all of this shows a degree of imagination, like a really wrong-headed imagination, but nonetheless, someone who's been let loose and like not reined in.
Yeah, this is LSD.
Yeah, I don't know. But the stories about Gruenwald are not about LSD, but like, he was a weird guy. He was so fucking weird. He was the main editor on the Handbook of the Marvel Universe, like all those like entries with the pictures and the descriptions and power levels. How tall everyone was. Like, that was. That was
oh
his
man,
baby.
that's a standard. Like.
Yeah. So he had some ideas about what.
That's like the birth of RPG style type things.
Yeah, it's definitely of that moment. So anyway, he saves Carol Danvers, takes her to the hospital. She doesn't have as many burns as she ought to have, but that's okay.
That's okay. I mean, she had sun powers, so there's an arguing point there.
Yeah.
Also, can we talk about how Quasar not only just slapped the Super Skrull out of space like he was a bubble baby, and then also just dove straight into the sun head first and rescued someone and then left?
Yeah.
Like, these power levels are off the charts.
Yeah. You don't even get Superman doing this shit. It's wild.
You can't.
Yeah. And then what makes it again so awesome is he's got to eat a sandwich as he's flying off to the next thing he's
flips
deal
up
with,
his sun goggles, just puts him through his gorgeous blonde hair mullet, and then he's just like, I got a jet, and the doctor's like, it's too soon to tell. All right, well that's cool because I gotta get going.
gotta get to the Kree galaxy, see if I can stop a negabomb from going off. Like this guy's the busiest guy in the fucking universe.
Because he's the only guy that can do these things.
Yeah.
I don't even know why anyone else went into the other teams going into space complicated things. They should have just left it to Quasar. Eventually he would have got it done.
Yeah. So anyway, fucking amazing. It kind of makes me want to like read all of Quasar. Like he'd had a really long run. Like I just feel that like reading only Quasar would have a certain sort of tedium that you don't get from reading like
or a certain you would have like a certain kind of effect on you.
Yeah, you might end up like surfing. So Wonder Man number 9, Negabomb, great cover.
The Negabomb. The only good thing about Wonder Man number 9 is the cover.
Yeah, this was stupid. So. We've got so 2 things have been inked by Dan Panosian in this. I always like to talk about my boy Dan Panosian. He inked this one, and he also inked the Crossbones story. Anyway, yeah, this is dumb. Like because we already alluded to all of this, and I think we can go over it pretty quickly. It's just like Vision's like we got to let the Negabomb go off, so Earth is protected, and for whatever reason, Wonder Man is the moral conscience here, where I don't think Vision should be this evil. Like this is not.
Yeah, like actually, Wonder Man's Vision's put hands on Wonder Man at least on one occasion.
Yeah.
While still having a conversation with him, and then decides logic must prevail and just throws the first swing like an actual madman. Yeah, it was I don't know if it was out of character, but it felt a little out of character.
It does. It feels like I don't know how he was being like. I think I do know how he was being characterized at this time, and it just doesn't make any sense. Like he's cold and like, but logic doesn't like. I think maybe Gerard Jones and the larger plot, like they gotta somehow get some sort of action and some sort of something. They gotta wring something out of this. And so like I get it, like they're trying to talk about how like logic and enlightenment values are consistent with genocidal thought. They enable that kind of thing. They enable mass war and destruction. But I'm not sure that Wonder Man is really the metaphor for like the antidote to that, because that's what you're led to believe is like, and Wonder Man is like a movie star and a fat nothing. Like there's nothing about him that is.
Well, yeah, there's a reason we're reading Wonder Man number 9 because he doesn't fucking typically go past 10.
Yeah, I wonder how long this series lasted.
Fucking hopefully not much past this.
Yeah, put to sleep. Yeah, because I remember, like, I bought this issue when I was a kid, and I think I tried to read some Wonder Man afterwards, and I very quickly stopped. Like,
probably because of the Negabomb cover, probably. Damn, what's gonna blow up in this?
Well, it was one of my first. Actually, yeah, you're not wrong. If my memory is that, like, I think I bought this, and I was like, what the fuck is all this? And then I went around corner stores just like collecting the rest of them and got as many as I could. Like I think that's
fuck. I almost forgot that's what you had to do back then. Was like they had that one little newsstand by the front door of the Pinto.
Yeah.
And you'd have to go in and just be like, you just try your heart out to. And the good news was that not a lot of people bought comics.
Yeah. So you could
really, yeah, and you could even get back issues on that rack because they would just reload it right on top of the old ones. The only bummer is people that went through them would bend them in half on those racks.
Yeah. So I think I got like the majority of Operation Galactic Storm like moving backwards. Might be wrong about that though. I have distinct memories of issue 400 of Captain America, and a couple other. Anyway, so this
that's
one
inappropriate.
yeah. At the tender age of 13, yeah, maybe it was. So they get into a big fight. And they're trying to stop the Negabomb from going off, and then the Negabomb goes off.
Right.
And anything else in there?
I wish I could help you with that, but yeah. No,
yeah, that's about it. So pretty awesome final image though. Good explosion.
I don't remember. Oh yeah, it is. It is a good explosion. It's better than the start of the next issue.
Oh, you don't like that with our boy Epting?
No.
No, huh?
I don't.
Like this whole scene of destruction with like this ultimate whiteout. Little dots.
I guess that's one way to do it. I don't think it hit it.
I guess you're right. Like it didn't like you're right though. There's an inconsistency between like what we saw at the end of like where it's just like parallel universe unleashed in a destructive wave, and this is more like an atomic explosion. And as an analog for nuclear annihilation, like I don't know, does a pretty good job.
I guess. And why is Quasar wearing a rebreather?
Yeah, what the fuck's that about? You're right. Like, yeah, he's Quasar. He does not need to like wear a mask. He's eating a sandwich in space when last we left.
That's Epting being a donkey.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I didn't think about that, but yeah. I wonder if did he draw him with a rebreather in like other times he's drawn him? I don't think he did. Like, is it because he's like gone so far into space? Like that shouldn't factor into it at all.
No.
Yeah.
He went into the sun. With the fucking cape over his head.
Yeah. Not to worry. Okay, so putting aside the fact that these are like I do think this is really great destruction. This is great art. Like Epting's killing it here. Like it's just different. It's not science fiction campy.
No, it's like a real bomb, like a real sort of cosmic destruction.
Yeah. It could have been, it could have been campy or whatever, but that's not what they're going for. That's not what Bob Harras is about. And even keeps that. Now that you pointed out to me, I can't unsee it. I had really glazed over the fact that he was wearing that thing on his face, and you're like, if that's all you need to survive in space, like, and why is Hercules wearing one? Oh, actually, he's not even wearing one in here, but he was in the previous comic, and I mean, like, oh, God. So Quasar finds all these like purple bodies. It did bother me that the most destructive weapon in the entire universe went off, and for no good reason whatsoever, every Avengers character survives, even if they're at the center of the blast.
And it's just basically turned purple by it.
Yeah. And just floating in space. They should have been incinerated. Like I'm glad all my friends are still alive, but like they could have done a better job of this.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And then just a couple panels over, Deathbird finds the cap.
Ah, yeah.
But then Quasar gets his hug from Thor.
Yeah.
Who also has a rebreather. He just decided everybody needed rebreathers if they weren't inside a spaceship, but only in the last issue.
Yeah. Fucking weird. Maybe the editorial was like, you forgot the rebreathers, include them this time. It's unrealistic. And you're like, he's like, okay, I do as I'm told.
No, Vision and Wonder Man are okay without them.
Well, neither of them are living creatures, though. Wonder Man's all made out of energy, and Vision's a cold automaton. And poor Wanda. I'm like, you're all right, Wanda. You were kind of married to both these guys. Thank you, Monica. It's just for us to know. Yeah, and then Star Fox figures it out. Oh, they're just pretending to be dead, and they're back. And everyone's like,
yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, Yeah, it's fucking.
Yeah, really, Iron Man did because he's an absolute cock.
Oh yeah, like left Cap back.
Yeah,
that might have been the right decision to make. Like in retrospect,
Iron Man's an
hindsight
asshole,
2020.
man. He continues to just be an asshole.
Oh yeah, like throughout all of this. Yeah, this is amongst a certain type of fan. They'll point to the conflict of like the Civil War conflict, kind of starting here. Like in this issue where like Iron Man goes one way and the Cap goes another. I don't know how much this was a trope before Operation Galactic Storm. I might be wrong about that. Maybe there's other past.
But he's like actually just like recklessly an asshole.
Yeah.
Like I can't believe anyone else even listens to a word that comes out of that. I like in real life, a group of any people would have been like, "Listen, you fucking drunk, you need to relax, relax and charge up your suit, you fucking loser."
Yeah, like Goliath handles it extremely well. You tasered me, bro. You tasered me, so he left Cap behind. He should be swinging wild.
Oh yeah. Gotta wait for your chance and hit him in the back of the head.
Get that helmet off of him.
That's right. That's how Cap does it. And then Cap wakes up to the most passionate fucking deathward kiss of life.
What this is so weird. Do the fates then relent in the...
So hot.
You are fair of face and pleasing in form.
And she's got that ugly fucking face.
He's like... He's just shocked. Yeah, it's like a smelling salt.
He's like, Deathbird, what's going on, lady? I don't know. He needs to relax a little bit, though. I mean, that was getting kind of exciting.
Yeah, well, Cap doesn't think about those things. He needs to know what is presently going on.
If there was a thought bubble in one of those panels, it would say wrist grab.
So true. The Supreme Intelligence shows up then, like in some sort of broken mirror projection or something. Starts describing his villainous plot. The Supreme Intelligence. Lilandra's sad that the bomb went off, and yeah, okay. So the Supreme Intelligence in this moment kind of comes off even more diabolical, because it's revealed that he set off the bomb on purpose. He was like, my machinations, I want to kill 98% of my people so that way the strong survive. It's kind of a Ra's al Ghul thing.
Classic.
Yeah. Or maybe, I don't know. It's a little more though. It's a real belief in some sort of, but it doesn't make any sense. It's like the genetic structure has had to quickly mutate and adapt to the negabomb's radiation. Like, that is not how that works. This is like, I know it's pseudoscience, but like, even within this paradigm of like Darwinian, like survival of the fittest or whatever, like your entire civilization dying of radiation poisoning is not like, you're not going to like get mutant powers. Like, but I guess in the Marvel universe you do. Like, how many
Hulks just... Is that but I mean, like, that kind of suffering shouldn't be the way to pull the strongest out of the population. You're just gonna kind of pull the luckiest people who didn't get radiation poisoned.
Yeah. They just happen to be in like a iron bunker or something like that. They just shit luck. But I think I guess the most charitable idea is that, like, among these individuals, it's basically like, how do you create the Fantastic Four through genocide? Like, this way, like my people were imbued with cosmic rays, like, well, they sure were, buddy. Where did they come from?
That's one way to do it.
Yeah. I think that's kind of what's at play here, but it's also portrayed as like an apocalypse, like the X-Men villain apocalypse, or Darwinian sort of idea, but it doesn't really make any sense. And you are mad. No,
How
I'm
dare
not.
you use my people? And then Cap's like, Deathbird, no, it's useless. Cap's kind of gone sweet on her a little too.
He's got a soft spot for the lady.
Let it go, Deathbird. Leave him to his conscience. This Cap's kind of had a little bit of the action now. There's no sense.
Yeah.
You may as well come. You may as well come with me.
It's been a while since I've encountered a body that could weather my love.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. And it's like, what's she gonna do? Like, she's throwing rocks at him, and he's just talking the whole time, talking shit. He's just a projection on.
That's what he did the whole story, because he's a big blob.
Yeah, just a big floaty blob. And so then the Avengers show up. Oh my goodness, I completely forgot about Captain Minerva and Dr. Minerva and Captain Atlas in this. Like,
oh, so shocking.
Yeah.
Dr. Minerva's looking jacked too. A little extra jacked in this episode.
Oh yeah, like a Simon Bisley version of.
Yeah.
And it's not even consistent with anything we've seen from Dr. Minerva throughout all of this. Like, she's usually in this. Yeah, she's. Yeah, she's just like, well, she just wasn't revealed as the ultimate perpetrator of like the Supreme Intelligence's plan. Like, you knew about this. And Captain Atlas is like, murderers. He jumps forth at them, and it takes Hercules and Thor to hold him down. And then I love this one panel where Captain Marvel and Circe are just holding Dr. Minerva by the arm, and don't worry about her, Avengers. We have matters well in hand. Like, you just can't make this stuff up. It's just
funny.
Yeah. Just all the sexism, just all right there.
Well, technically, Circe and Captain Marvel are fairly overpowered.
That's true. But like,
it's not displayed as such.
Yeah.
Oh, hold me back.
Help me, I'll get him.
Meanwhile, Captain Atlas is just an absolute unit in there. He's just throwing hands. I know Hercules is about to break his head off his body too.
Well,
I'll put this guy to bed.
Well, he's got him in a headlock, and then or like a Nelson, and it looks to my eyes like Goliath is about to punch him in the stomach.
Yeah, you may as well give him a few free shots when he's in a vulnerable position.
Good teamwork, guys. Good work.
I know they really came together for a beatdown.
Yeah, that guy was fucked, and so Cap shows up. That's enough.
That's enough. Me and my new girl.
So anyway, Minerva reveals that she's just like the meanest bitch. And Captain Atlas's response is my favorite. He's like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to commit suicide.
I know. He just like straight up does it Predator style, right? While everyone's hanging out.
Yeah.
Chick, chick, beep, beep, beep. Anyway, you may want to stand back. Stand back. It's a little violent.
So yeah, Dr. Minerva comes up, and spoilers, it's revealed later on that this was a teleport thing to get them out of there. But still, though.
Well, if I don't have that in mind, it was an awesome, hilarious moment.
Yes. Yeah.
Atlas, you don't understand. Wazak gone. Cap's like, good lord. That's verbatim, by the way.
Yeah, that is. And the next line, Black Knight or whatever, it's like, you heard him, folks. Let's kill that scum. It's like, dang,
absolutely.
No, stop.
He fires up the old lightsaber. Click.
Yeah.
He's ready to rock.
That guy's just, he's been ready to kill this whole time, and the only one stopping him has been Cap.
I know, this guy's a menace. You have to look out for him.
Yeah. So before What's-His-Nose died, he's like, I want you to kill the Supreme Intelligence. Destroy him so his victims may rest in peace. I don't think that's how that works, but whatever.
Well,
and then they're just like, is it a living thing, or is it a robot? Do we have the right to kill it? And they have this like stupid, like this is like this reactionary stuff, like this idea like against the image revolution and the grim and gritty interpretation of comics. Like this is another instance of that. Like, what is heroism? do heroes kill? That kind of thing. And half of them decide yes, and half of them decide no.
Starting with drunk ass Iron Man.
Yeah. So who does he get on his side? He gets Wonder Man. Surprising, but maybe not. Vision, of course, because he's a fucking genocide machine. Chicago Thor, as you've called him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's obviously down to kill some people, break some heads.
Yeah, Circe makes sense. Black Knight, although I don't know his character very well, this entire series has led me to believe that is proper. Mm-hmm. I don't believe Living Lightning wouldn't kill. He killed that old man without compunction.
Yeah, that was a Skrull infiltrator, by the way.
Yeah,
but he definitely killed him. He killed the fuck out of him.
Yeah,
hit him with a straight bolt of lightning. That was being Living Lightning. Comes with these certain powers, but that's the first time he'd actually used an angry bolt of lightning. And it literally the first time and only time he used it across the whole series. He had killed a man.
Yeah, an old man, to his knowledge.
Well, it doesn't matter how old you are if you get hit with a bolt of lightning straight into the heart.
True.
No grounding at all. Just blam, right straight through you. You're cooked.
So
awful way to die, too, probably.
So Iron Man leads off. Takes Deathbird with him, I think. And
oh
no, Deathbird stays for some reason. They're like, shut up, Deathbird. Cap, do you want me? And I love
it's the Cap's soft lips.
Yeah, I like that. Quasar, he's like, do you want me to stop them? As if he could. He actually could.
He 100% could.
Yeah, and Cap's like, no, let them go. Which is kind of honestly a sort of a complicitness in that moment, because he could have stopped them.
This is like Infinity Crisis all over again, when Superman knew about the killings and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Or the mind wiping, sorry.
Yeah. Although he's been in war. I mean, I guess in this circumstance, I think there's something within him that he's like, look, I'm not gonna kill, but I'm not really gonna be happy with anyone who does. But
you guys all stayed back. We'll take the moral high ground, but let's just let them kill that thing.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, he couldn't stop them. In all reality, let's say he tried to stop them, even if Quasar put them in a bubble. Then what?
Super Skrull fought the Fantastic Four, right?
Yeah.
To a standstill, and Quasar put him in a bubble like he was a gigantic toddler.
Yeah.
So I mean, this fucking motley crew. Oh man, he'd put them down real fast.
I don't know, man. Thor, Circe, Hercules, even those three alone, I don't think it would have been easy. And then, let's say that he did, then what? I think, I don't know.
Take
I don't know.
Giant scissors to Vision.
Cut him right in half. Pinocchio's strings must be cut. So the Supreme Intelligence, for no reason whatsoever, projects all these versions of these individual heroes' ultimate enemies or fears or some shit.
That's dumb.
Yeah, they get beaten up pretty quick, and then
that exposes the brain.
Yeah,
which is almost like a fucking like an Akira bad guy. It's fucked up.
Mm-hmm. And then they just kill all of its tentacles, and then it's defenseless now. Stab it.
Yeah, that's fucking. The Black Knight has his moment to shine.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had a couple, but this was it.
He broke the glass of a giant brain, stood on it and just
shoved the lightsaber straight through the center.
A plunged sword, the awesome unleashing of a vast, untapped power that was the Supreme Intelligence. What the heck? Some sort of concentrated energy beam.
Yeah.
And they get out of there.
And Cap says, I see you all made it.
Yep.
I assume you accomplished what you set out to do. Uh-huh.
Yep. I don't want to hear about your homilies. Not now. Not in the mood. Lilandra shows up. I really like, she plants her flag. She's got her imperial entourage.
I'd slap the taste out of Tony's mouth the minute he took that armor off.
Oh yeah, not so tough now, are you? Fucking yeah. There's a lot of respect there.
Tough guy in a big fucking suit of armor, eh?
So then he gives it. Who he ends up giving the speech to is in fact Lalandra, though. Like his idea. Like this again is another, like, this story is Operation Galactic Storm is a response to the grim and gritty Revolution, Image comics and stuff like that. But also, I think it's ultimately a Cap story as well. And Cap within that reaction, because he's the most purebred classic superhero, the black and white morality sort of guy. And he, you become one of the most powerful beings in the universe. A day in which we witnessed the expression of authority so absolute that the sanctity of life meant nothing before the destiny of empires and the cause of self-righteousness. It's a story as old and sad as time, and one that must end now before there are more negabombs, more death. You have a great opportunity to do that, to be powerful enough to cherish life. And like, there's a lot in that, like that's like social conservatism. That's like an American idealism of it, ideal of itself, and its place within the world, and like what empire can be, pre 2001, pre 9/11 era. Yeah, just we're getting so many pure distillations of what Cap is in this series, and it's nice to see.
It's true in that like sort of preachy standpoint's all said to the silent murderers.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess not every, but yeah, pretty much. And then and that's the end of it, like, then there's the epilogue where the Supreme Intelligence has survived, but that's what all of this leads up to. Just Cap having that opportunity to like give that speech about the virtues of imperialism, or the potential virtues of imperialism. Yeah, it's what a strange series.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Overall, just a weird place and time to dip your toes in.
Yeah, a lot of moments. Like, I feel that I don't know. Like I understand. I'm not saying I understand these characters better, but like there's another facet to them that was kind of missing from my thinking about them. And a lot of fun moments, a lot of laughs, a lot of excitement.
It's awesome. A lot of ultimates.
And a very competent, like just a competent. Like, imagine a crossover like this in the X-Men. Like, it's just pure fucking shit over there. It's, no craft, no real craft, like, not shit, but like at this time it's getting a little kooky over there. And the art's getting a little jinky.
It's true.
Yeah.
This had like clean bridging, a through storyline, great art overall.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I wish we had something pithy to say at the end. I mean, like, war.
No.
What is it good for? I think we got our answer.
Yeah.
Now all we need is a little energon and a lot of luck.